Hi, everybody, and welcome back. And as always, thank you for tuning in and spending a little time with us on this occasion, Thursday, the 19th day of November. And on this occasion, we'll talk about, of course, an updated weather forecast as we always do. We're still talking about some dry air tomorrow. We're still talking about a little wintry mix possible over the course of the weekend. Temperatures continuing to fall through Sunday, where we're still not expected to make it out of the 30s. And as we're now another day closer to the Thanksgiving holiday, a little insight into your potential, I'll leave that open for interpretation and change, your potential Thanksgiving forecast. The Johnson County Sheriff's Department began early this morning executing several indictment warrants. We tagged along some exclusive video to bring you back an interview to accompany that. We'll also talk about a three-peat of sorts and what appears to be a new annual report for me here at the newsroom, gladly so, and a lot of other news and information before I leave you for once again this Thursday evening. An unusual report that involves DUI and prostitution charges out of Prestonsburg, where two men were arrested very early this morning, sometime around 1 o'clock, both in their 30s. Reportedly, the vehicle they were traveling in had been spotted by motorists. One motorist claiming that they were cut off by the vehicle, which was driving erratically and at some point at a very slow rate of speed. Prestonsburg police reportedly responded to the area and made a traffic stop on that vehicle. The driver, according to police reports, was unable to follow any instructions that were being issued by the officer, and upon being asked to get out of the vehicle, was unable to stand on his own 2 feet without the assistance of police officers, and was ultimately charged with DUI and other charges after falling numerous times while on the scene. That driver was identified as a Sitka man, 37-year-old Jonathan Castle, charged ultimately with operating a motor vehicle under the influence, failure to wear a seatbelt, and other traffic-related charges, as well as careless or reckless driving. There was another man in the car, though. He was ultimately identified as 34-year-old Blake Roberts. He was also said to be under the influence of intoxicating substances. He was also said to be in the vehicle for the purpose of prostitution, according to police. While he exhibited slurred speech and other telltale signs of being under the influence, he also initially, according to police reports, gave authorities a false name and identification information. After some investigation and after some peculiar items were found to be in the vehicle, that being a wig, large quantities of makeup, some other personal items as well, he finally admitted to his reason for being in the vehicle, and that being for prostitution for hire and for a fee. Initially, he says, giving police a false identification number and information because of the embarrassment that might be associated with the arrest. He was charged with public intoxication of a controlled substance, giving a false name to authorities, as well as prostitution and other charges, including failure to wear his seatbelt. Both men were taken to the Floyd County Detention Center. I wanted to start off the program, even had a note reminding me to do so. If I don't do it now, I'll forget. Just wanted to say hi. On various occasions, I spent the day on the road today and ran into Marvin Atkins and his wife Sherry, who live over in Leander in Johnson County and who are avid viewers of the show. And I expect they might be watching tonight. And I just want to say, Marvin, it was a pleasure to meet you and your wife. I appreciated the time with you. And a sincere thank you all for watching. And that goes out to everyone else as well. And thanks for letting me know, Marvin. I appreciate it greatly. Local news tonight will center around a major accomplishment last night on behalf of some very talented young ladies. We'll get to that in just a second. I have a reminder. It actually came in yesterday and did not print. My apologies. The Senior Citizen Center is having their Thanksgiving dinner this Tuesday, and all seniors, well, you're asked to bring a tasty dessert. I put the tasty part in there, but I'm sure they all will be. So once again, the Magoffin County Senior Citizen Center having their annual Thanksgiving dinner this coming Tuesday, and please bring a dessert with you. They were giving out food boxes today. My apologies for not getting that on air last night. I suspect hopefully everyone was aware of the Commodities Day being today on its, I believe, normal time. With that said, we do have headlines tonight, and we'll begin in Johnson County, where the Sheriff's Department was busy executing nearly 24 indictment warrants for well more than a dozen people. Most charges, as you can well imagine, are drug-related. And we'll also find out why the sheriff there and his department believe that there has been a resurgence in meth labs and the active production of the very dangerous and highly illegal drug. I'll be right back. I have for sale, and after entertaining a few offers, my 1997 Jeep Wrangler. It's 4-cylinder, 5-speed, hardtop, 4-inch lift, 32-inch tires, all the accessories you see here, the winch, everything works. A new AC, new clutch in the last year as well, some other new parts. 4-cylinder, 5-speed. The Jeep has 142,000 miles on it. The motor, though, is a 2000 model with only about 65 or 70,000 miles on it. Everything works great. A daily driver, very well maintained as well. And after being asked on numerous occasions what the very bottom dollar is, $5,500 is going to be the bottom price on the vehicle. If you have any questions, would like to take it for a drive or anything else, give me a call at 349-3699. Once again, $5,500. 97 Jeep Wrangler, 4-cylinder, 5-speed, with a Kentucky rebuilt title. Mind you, very important to know that. But with the hardtop, new AC, clutch, and all the other accessories, still a great deal and a great little Jeep to drive around. Since taking office several years ago, Sheriff Dwayne Price of Johnson County and his department have set their sights on drug trafficking, conducting routine drug roundups such as this morning. While several drugs were the focus of their months-long, nearly years-long investigation, it was also interesting to note, and disturbing as well, that methamphetamine, not just possession or use, but manufacture, appears to be on the rise after seeing a significant decline. The reason, however, might not be what you would assume. In all, 21 indictment warrants in the name of more than a dozen people in Johnson County, most on drug-related charges: possession, trafficking in a controlled substance, manufacture, or possession of methamphetamine, all from a nearly years-long investigation, were served today by the Johnson County Sheriff's Department.
This is a several-month, if not probably a little over a year investigation, and it's the number's only part of what we're doing, but due to CIs, you don't want to burn one, so we hold some back. But basically, this will be 13 arrests of about a year-long investigation. Various drug charges. We got some manufacturing of meth. We've got same drill: oxy, hydrocodone, prescription drugs.
And most certainly, methamphetamine is one of those drugs involved. If you go back and roll back the clock just a bit, you may recall when the Johnson County Sheriff's Department would be dismantling or finding active meth labs on a routine basis. But that started to go away and has since returned. They've now started to see meth labs on a local basis start to pick back up. The sheriff says he believes that an influx of meth from other parts of the state and other parts of the country, or maybe even elsewhere, which has since been targeted, has now left local meth users once again cooking their own drug.
I think just based on an investigation in another county, it kind of slowed the crystal meth coming in out of state. And based on talking to some of our informants and our CIs, they're saying, they're reporting back to us that that crystal coming in here, the crystal meth, is a little bit too expensive. So we're seeing an increase of our one-step meth labs coming back. And we think that's the reason, because the crystal kind of got halted in another county, as well as it's a little bit more expensive than what it would take for them to manufacture their own.
And for a lot of reasons, meth is obviously considered to be one of the most dangerous drugs there is, not just for the users and the health problems it can incur or cause them, for the mindset that it can put them in, the dangers that it poses there, but also for the sheer toxic risk of the process and the chemicals. The sheriff says that it's important that anyone who has any suspicion, whether it's in Johnson, Magoffin, or any county, of a potential meth lab, to notify authorities. And there are some telltale, obvious signs of meth being cooked or used.
Your 16-ounce plastic beverage bottles. If you see one laying around, it's got a hole cut in the top of it and a straw sticking out. Pseudoephedrine packages laying around, batteries that have been peeled apart, and the odor of it is like it's a real strong, deep ammonia smell, almost sickening. all those are telltale signs.
Individuals indicted, arrested, or being sought after at this hour include the following: arrested on charges of trafficking in a controlled substance, that being Suboxone, was a Randall Ramsey. Also arrested was a Steve Wells for trafficking a controlled substance, as well as being a persistent felony offender. That was for a variety of prescription pills, I do believe. A Marla May of Johnson County also indicted on charges of trafficking in a controlled substance. Several were already in jail or in other institutions related to being incarcerated for various charges. Roger Fairchild was indicted on a charge of possession. Justin Stanford, in jail at the time, he was indicted again for a charge of possession of methamphetamine. A Michael Brown was also in jail or in an institution thereafter, being incarcerated on charges of trafficking in controlled substances, actually substances for methamphetamine and hydrocodone. Roger Fairchild, if I mentioned, in jail on possession charges. Several individuals are still being sought after. One on trafficking charges, Rachel Cole of Johnson County, and the remaining individuals were indicted on other various charges: non-drug related assault, burglary, other such charges. Michael King, Amy Cornett, Cecilia Maynard, Jeremy Johnson, Tammy Tackett, and a Linda Castle will follow the arrests or attempt to arrest of these individuals over the next couple of days, and I suspect we'll have an update on that latest roundup at the behest of the Johnson County Sheriff's Department. Here's the latest reminders that I have for you on tonight's community calendar, brought to you by your local Farm Bureau agent, Doug Green. A great day for some chili and a great cause. A reminder, the Magoffin County Quilt Guild is having a bake sale and chili dinner tomorrow. Just $5 for the chili, peanut butter and syrup sandwich, crackers, and 2 cookies. And they're selling fried apple pies and candies and cookies as well, all sorts of treats. And you can get yours at the Magoffin County Extension Office, 349-3216, just Friday. Dine in with them. They've got plenty of room, a lot of seating. Pick it up, eat it wherever you want, or they will deliver to a lot of locations. A reminder, the Run Run Rudolph 5K is this Saturday, 10 o'clock, starting at the Magoffin County High School, hosted by the Sagersville Hometown Christmas Committee. Get your wackiest Christmas costume that you can run, walk, or at any pace, go in for the 5K, and they're giving, of course, awards to those winners in all areas, bicyclists, child, male, and female, as well as the wackiest dressed runner. It's just a great cause and a great way to get fit and help support our Sagersville Hometown Christmas Committee. Don't forget about the interactive murder mystery dinner theater. That is so hard to say and get it right the first time or two, but it is going to be this Saturday at the Oscar at 6:30. Tickets very limited. You'll want to call the Magoffin County Extension Office tomorrow, as they had some, as did the Johnson County Extension Service. With that said, if you've got a calendar announcement, birthday, anniversary, or otherwise, we'd love to tell everyone about it. We'll do it for free. All you have to do is make sure that we get it. Now turning to funeral service announcements, we received word of the passing of 61-year-old James Biggin Woodard Sr., 61 of Sagersville, who passed away yesterday, married to Donna Bell Martindale Woodard, who preceded him in death. He's survived by sons Destry, Reese, Joseph Scott, and James Benjamin Woodard Jr. Visitation is going to be after 5 tomorrow. It will continue all day Saturday, and then up until services, which start in his honor Sunday at 1. Visitation and services from the Magoffin County Funeral Home. For those of you in the know in this field, so to speak, you already know the outcome. And for fans of the Magoffin County cheerleading squad, most certainly so, as they were among several area cheerleading teams to participate in the KPOS regional competition in Pikeville yesterday, with the Magoffin County team of ladies bringing home the title for not the first, second, but the third time in a row. Doing this now for more than 17 years, you have those annual reports, those stories that come along every year around the same time for the same cause or reason, a festival, something of that nature, an annual event. And now I have one more to add to that list, because for the third time in a row, and without any sign of letting up, the Magoffin County High School cheerleading squad has come back regional champions after a trip to Pikeville. And you wouldn't look at these ladies and realize that they did so by spending a whole lot of time, most all of it in the cafeteria of all places. But they did. They did so because, well, that's pretty much their practice station. And they spend a whole lot of evenings and late nights, if they're not performing a game, in the cafeteria. That's where they practice. And they go home, as Coach LaKayla Howard tells me, after experiencing or shedding a whole lot of blood, sweat, tears, bumps, bruises, scrapes, and I'm sure a lot of other pain and soreness that they work through. And apparently it all worked out. As for, once again, the third time in a row, they're regional champions.
They worked really hard this whole season. Bloody noses, right, Brooklyn?
Yeah.
Hump knots, sprained ankles, torn shoulders, the whole 9 yards. But 3 years in a row, they did it. Right, girls?
So,
Three-peat! 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 Yeah! Three-peat!
and while they had worked and worked and practiced to make this a flawless routine, I learned that there was one pivotal moment towards the final portion that they had worked the hardest on, which all worked out in their competition.
Oh, as soon as the end mount stuck.
So that was important, huh?
Oh, yeah. As soon as that sucker stuck, we were good to go.
You're talking to someone who has no clue what you're talking about. Elaborate.
The end mount is
Whenever
live.
the big girls hold the little ones up, and they did a little flippy glue at the top, and they grabbed the legs at the top. That thing.
They're stunts rock.
Hey, y'all been working real hard on them?
Yeah. For months and months.
Constantly, practices every day.
We almost gave up several times. And we're glad we didn't.
Hey
What? So what's next from here and when?
We go to state at the All Tech Arena December 12th. Right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
We're going to Tennessee.
All right, girls. We are forever proud of you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Again. And here's the rest of their routine and performance with the now famous end mount. And I think they had a feeling they had succeeded by their reaction as soon as they pulled off the end mount and the rest of their routine. Congratulations, Brianna Abels, Katie Arnott, Kennedy Garrett, Tiara Howard, Grace Conley, Taylor DeBoard, Presley Helton, Olivia Gibson. My apologies, Olivia. I get that wrong every time. Allie O'Hare, Brooklyn Post, Samantha Black, Jaden Hackworth, and Jenna Hackworth. I think I got everybody. I think I got just a second to round out your forecast as you saw tonight. Mostly clear in 27 and cold tomorrow. Sunshine returns for your Friday and warming up only to about 53. Pretty average. A low of 27 tomorrow night under only partly cloudy skies. As for the weekend, the last one before the holidays get cranked up, well, we know what's coming Saturday. It looks to be about 57 degrees, mostly sunny with some precipitation coming. For us, if you're watching this on TV, a 40% chance of showers, mainly afternoon, a chance of rain showers continuing throughout the evening, and we might see a flurry or two mixed in. No accumulation, nothing to that degree. or intensity, but a few flakes might be flying around late Saturday evening and night. And then that takes us into your Sunday, where the cold air is still coming. 37 degrees is where we're still expected to climb, if you want to say that's a climb, and a low of 23 that night. Mostly sunny, clear that night as well, but it's going to be cold on your Sunday. Taking a quick look ahead into your Thanksgiving week forecast, well, while there is a chance of some precipitation a little later on, closer to Thanksgiving, I don't have it in the forecast as of right now, holding out hopes it won't work its way in. Monday, we're talking sunny and 44. Tuesday, sunny and 52. I've got temperatures Wednesday warming up to 57 and sunny, and I've got a Thanksgiving Day forecast right now of 60 and sunny. There is a system out there kind of lurking that could throw some light showers at us for Thanksgiving, but right now, I'm going to pretend it's not there. And that's a wrap. I have 3 places to be almost at this exact moment at one time. We'll see how that turns out. It will most certainly turn into news that you'll only see with me. So join us back here tomorrow night as we wrap up this week on Your News Today. For now, thank you for watching.